Right, first of all, can you tell me your name, please?
It's Diane Bate.
And what's your connection with the schools protest?
I'm one of the parents fighting the campaign against the closure of St Agnes's Primary in Cada.
And do you have a child at that school?
My child's 5-year-old in Primary 1 at that school, she's 5-year-old.
Right, okay. So what have you been doing in order to try and kind of fight against the closure of the school? Sorry, what is the proposal? Is the school due to close?
The school's due to merge with St Blaise and Summerston. The St Blaise and Summerston is 1.4 miles from our school. Not everybody obviously lives at the school, so for parents like myself it's 2.2 miles. I personally rely on my mum to take her to school, and that's just too much when my mum works as well. So it's going to be a financial implication, because a lot of parents are having to look at giving up work and giving up jobs and college courses and things like that, because you move to an area where you've got a local school, and if you don't have a local school it makes things more difficult, and we live in a big city, not a small village.
So what you were telling me there, you've written to the education department?
Yeah, one of the when we had our public consultation meeting, they suggested that there'd possibly be free school buses for our schools, and one of the parents from an after school care commented on these school buses, saying that there isn't monitors on these buses, which extremely concerned me because my daughter's only 5-year-old. So I did go down and witness these buses, and there isn't monitors on single deckers, whereas there's one monitor on double deckers, which still I feel isn't good enough, because one person can't be in two places at one time. These are primary children that are aged 4 to 11-year-old. These buses run without seat belts, no monitors, and no guarantee these children's safety. They've also said that where our school is, there's 11 bus stops in that catchment area. And they've not told us how many stops that these buses will stop at, but they've said it's up to us to assure that our children get off at the right stop. And that extremely concerns me, because at 5-year-old, how do they know what's the right stop? They've also said that's our responsibility, so how can we be responsible if we're half the mile up the road where these children are getting off early and wander the streets? I have written to the education department, copied it to the education minister, copied it to the transport minister, copied it to our 4 councillors and the 2 MSPs, Patricia Ferguson and Bob Doris, that are closely working with us to follow up this, because even if our school is safe, I feel that's a major issue for Glasgow children today.
What's the issue with private childcare providers and the regulations they have to follow for transporting children?
The private childcare that had commented at that meeting, she's actually written a letter to Glasgow City Council stating that why should it be different for the private sector, because they've got one adult per 8 children, they've also got to have booster seats, they've also got to have seat belts. So why should it differ? Why should Glasgow City Council be allowed to be putting our children at risk?
Indeed.